Today we're taking a look at these NFL matches, which are happening on Sunday, November 27, 2022, and giving you match breakdowns, betting tips and predictions in general on these games. Welcome back to High Stakes. Before we dive into our video, don't forget to subscribe and push that notification bell to get notified as soon as we release these sport prediction videos. Also, check out our perks and join the High Stakes membership. Joining the High Stakes membership is easy, is cheap, but it will help a lot in the growth process of this channel. Plus check out our Patreon in the link down below if you want access for our premium picks. Our Patreon is a way for us to help you improve your chances of making more money. Multiple plans are available for each and every one of you. Stop wasting hours of your time searching for bad betting predictions that ends up costing you a lot of time and money. Join the High Stakes Patreon now and get the best betting picks. Going back to our betting picks, we have 5 games to get into, so make sure to watch this video till the end so you don't miss any of our picks. One more thing before we start, check out our new channel High Stakes Props and Parlays, where you can find our player props and parlay picks predictions. You will find the link in the description and comments section below. North Carolina State vs Maryland. Maryland has an average defense and their offense was propelled by their passing game. They also scored just 10 points combined against good defenses in Penn State and Wisconsin. Now with 4 of their top 6 receivers not available for Tagovailoa, they will have to rely more on their running game, which plays right into North Carolina State's hands. Offensively, the Wolfpack will do enough with either Morris or Finley, who played well against North Carolina. It doesn't hurt the Wolfpack that they are playing in their home state, which also gives them a slight advantage. Our team pick for that game is North Carolina State plus 1.5 points. UCLA vs Pittsburgh. The 2022 bowl season continues Friday, December 30th, with the Pittsburgh Panthers squaring off against the UCLA Bruins in the Tony the Tiger Sun Bowl at Sun Bowl in El Paso, Texas. Pittsburgh and UCLA lock horns for the first time since 1974, and the Bruins lead the series 9-5. At the moment, the Bruins are 5.5 point favorites. The total opened at 64.5 points and dropped to 52.5 points by the time of writing, so let's take a closer look. If Dorian Thompson-Robinson suits up, take the Bruins to win and cover. He'll be a difference maker, as the Panthers' defensive unit lost 3 key pieces. Also, Israel Abanikand's absence is a massive blow to Pittsburgh's offense. UCLA is not a great defensive team, but the Panthers will struggle without Abanikanda. The Bruins' pass D has been awful all season, but I doubt the Panthers' chances to take full advantage of it. Pittsburgh heavily relied on its defense in 2022, and after all the opt-outs, the Panthers can only hope that Thompson-Robinson and Zach Charbonnet won't play. Our team pick for that game is UCLA Bruins minus 5.5 points. South Carolina vs Notre Dame. The number 20 South Carolina Gamecocks, 8-4, will host the number 19 Notre Dame Fighting Irish, 8-4, in the Gator Bowl on Friday. The Irish have dropped their last 2 bowl games, falling to Alabama 31-14 in the Rose Bowl, CFB semifinal, on January 1, 2021, and lost to Oklahoma State 37-35 last New Year's Day in the Fiesta Bowl. The Gamecocks beat North Carolina 38-21 in the Duke's Mayo Bowl last season. South Carolina's strength offensively is their passing attack, which was 16th in the nation, averaging 8.4 yards per attempt. The Gamecocks won't have a huge advantage as Notre Dame was 33rd in the nation in yards, allowing just 6.6 per pass attempt. Notre Dame has a stronger advantage running the ball, where they ranked 50th, averaging 4.5 yards per rush attempt, and 42nd with 182.8 yards per game. South Carolina struggled against the run, ranking 113th, allowing 192.8 rushing yards per game and 5.0 yards per attempt. Notre Dame will be the more conservative team here, so the big question is, will Spencer Rattler be too much for the Irish to handle, or will he make a costly mistake that helps fuel an Irish victory? I will go with a better defense and running attack to pull out a win here, but I like the total more. Our team pick is Notre Dame minus 2 points. Ohio vs Wyoming. The Barstool Sports Arizona Bowl kicks off December 30 at Arizona Stadium in Tucson, where the Wyoming Cowboys face the Ohio University Bobcats. The Cowboys, who play in the Mountain West Conference, come in with a record of 7-5, while Ohio of the Mid-American Conference is 9-4. These two teams haven't played since 2008, when Ohio won, so it's been a while. Ohio is listed as a 1-point favorite. Kickoff from the Arizona Bowl on December 30th. Ohio started 2-3, lost star QB Nathan Rourke late in the year, and didn't show much of a defense for a bulk of the season. But everything flipped under head coach Tim Albin. The team went on a 7-game winning streak to get to the MAC championship. Losing 17-7 to Toledo in the title game wasn't fun, but the team remains relatively intact. On the flip side, Wyoming is very much not bringing its normal 2022 self into this. It's missing almost all of its key running backs and top target Joshua Cobbs, but it should still be able to run its style of play. It's going to pound and play defense and try to keep the score low. Both of these teams are without their best defensive weapon in this game. Ohio is without Rourke, the MAC Player of the Year, and Wyoming is without 1,000-yard rusher Swen. But of the two, Rourke is the bigger loss as his backup just can't adequately fill his shoes, as we saw in the last game. While Swen is a huge loss for Wyoming, the Cowboys have depth at running back with some capable runners in McNeely and James, not to mention the quarterback Peasley. Plus Wyoming has the better defense of the two, ranking 41st in points allowed and 56th in total yards against. Ohio ranks 87th in points and 114th in total yards. This should be a close one, but I like Wyoming to pull it out. Take Wyoming getting the points. Our team pick is Wyoming plus 1 point. Clemson vs Tennessee. The number 10 Clemson Tigers, 11-2, 7-6 ATS, 7-6 OU, collide with the number 6 Tennessee Volunteers, 10-2, 9-3 ATS, 7-5 OU, in the Orange Bowl on Friday night from Hard Rock Stadium. The Tigers went a perfect 8-0 in ACC play and beat North Carolina in the ACC championship game. The Vols posted a 6-2 SEC mark and did not reach the SEC championship game. The Clemson Tigers enter the Orange Bowl as heavy favorites after going a perfect 8-0 in the ACC this season. Clemson only lost 2 games. The first defeat of the season occurred on the road against Notre Dame, and the second was a narrow 31-30 home loss against South Carolina of the regular season finale. Dabo Swinney's team rebounded from that one by posting a dominating 39-10 win against North Carolina to cover the 7-point spread in the ACC title game. The Tigers have covered the spread in 3 out of their last 4 games. Clemson QB DJ Uiagalelei entered the transfer portal after the championship game and obviously will not play. Cade Klubnik has been named the starter. The freshman QB saw almost no action until the SEC title game against the Tar Heels. He was stellar, accumulating 279 passing yards and connected on 83% of his passes. The Tennessee Volunteers entered the bowl game ranked 6th in the AP Top 25 but did not reach the SEC championship game due to 2 late season defeats. They were 8-0 on the season but dropped a road decision against number 3 Georgia, which came as no surprise, but were marked huge 23-point favorites in a stunning 63-38 loss to South Carolina. That loss put a damper on their SEC championship hopes. The Volunteers beat Vanderbilt 56-0 in the regular season finale to cover the 14-point spread. They have covered the spread in 6 out of their last 8 bouts. Hendon Hooker enjoyed a dominating season but unfortunately is injured and will not play. The senior QB posted a 27-2 TD to int ratio. Joe Milton III will get the start. The senior QB had limited action this season but has experience. He started his career with Michigan and has a 14-6 TD to int ratio in his collegiate career. Hooker recorded 147 passing yards with 1 touchdown in the win against Vanderbilt in the finale. The Tennessee Volunteers are playing without their star QB Hendon Hooker, who unfortunately sustained an injury in the second last game of the season. Joe Milton III will be under center. He is a senior but has limited game experience. The Volunteers are also playing without receiving leader Jalen Hyatt, who opted out. Cedric Tillman, 417 receiving yards, has also opted out. The Tennessee offense only attempts a pass in 46% of their plays, and the rushing offense has a challenging matchup against a stifling Tigers rush defense that is limiting foes to only 101 rushing yards per game, ranking them 10th in the FBS. Furthermore, while Clemson's number 1 QB DJ Uiagalelei is not playing after entering the transfer portal, skilled QB Cade Klubnik dazzled in the ACC championship game against North Carolina, accumulating 279 passing yards. He should have another strong performance against a horrible Vols pass defense that is pegged 127th in the FBS. The Vols defense is not a strength. They rank 74th in EPA play. Also, the Tigers' stellar defense is marked 10th in the FBS in EPA game and only allowed more than 20 points 4 times all season. Our team pick is Clemson Tigers minus 5.5 points.